Bhavatarni, who is anchoring?
Sir, me, sir.
Pavitra. Okay, okay. Just a second.
Okay, sir.
Pavitra, we can start.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. I wholeheartedly welcome all the respected faculties and my dear friends who are here to attend this webinar session. In this session, we are going to learn about how to start a venture from scratch. It is an entrepreneurial activity, especially the creation of new companies in the growing information and communication technology sector is of high importance to foster an economy's growth. Hence, as a part of Impact Lecture series of IIC, we have chosen this interesting topic, how to start a venture from scratch. And I hope in this end of the session, you will gain knowledge about it. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Sri Kaviraj Sudan, second year MBA IEP, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. On this auspicious day, I would like to welcome you all for this lecture. It's indeed great pleasure to be amid this first gathering. On behalf of Pondicherry Technological University, I proudly welcome you all for this online series of lectures. I warmly and respectfully welcome our resource person, Dr. S. Balaji, Coordinator, TCE, TBI, for attending this event in his busy schedule. And my genius welcome to our coordinator, Dr. B. Hemakumar, IIC convener and innovation ambassador, Puducherry Technological University, for coordinating this event in a successful manner. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the budding entrepreneurs and participants for making it is an enthusiastic lecture.
Thank you, Kavi. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. B. Hemakumar, convener of IIC, to deliver the presidential address.
It's indeed a pleasure to deliver the presidential address. So, a very good morning to one and all, good afternoon, almost good afternoon to one and all present over here. So, today we have a very interesting topic on how to start a venture from scratch. Okay. So, I used to share it with my students that opportunities, we all know that um, uh, whenever we have an interesting idea, okay, so whenever we have an interesting idea, so the idea should be in such a manner it should solve a real world problem, then only that particular idea can be converted into a venture, or you want to scale it up to a venture. Okay, so we need to identify a problem worth solving. So the problem should be a problem for many people, and moreover the problem should solve a real world customer, real world problem. Okay, it should solve it should identify, or whenever we identify a problem for a problem statement for a venture, we need to identify a particular thing that is causing some kind of a pain or which annoys the customer. So you identify what are the typical pain points in your customer. Based on that, you identify and start a venture. And there is a small myth like many of the startups fail. Many of the startups actually fail because they don't concentrate on the problem, rather they concentrate on the solution. Okay, so that's the problem reason for most of the failures of the startups. But today we have with us Dr. S. Balaji sir. So I met him personally when we actually went to Tyagaraja College. So there he was heading the business incubator cell. So there I met him, such an interesting personality. He himself actually motivates a lot of people, and he is involved with a lot of startups as a mentor, in different capacities. Okay, so I was really fortunate to meet him. That's actually I should in fact thank our vice chancellor, Dr. S. Morgan. He was the one who introduced the Agaraja College to us, particularly to me, and it was a superb place where we visited. The kind of facilities they had and the kind of ecosystem they had in their particular campus, it was amazing. So I immediately, when I thought about this topic, how to start a venture from scratch, I immediately thought of Balaji sir, and I just called him. And thing is that he immediately accepted to my request. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our request. We are indeed very happy to have you. Sometime we'll also invite you to our campus also. So now, as of now, we are inviting you via online. Thank you for accepting our invitation. So thank you, one and all. I hope the session will be very interesting. Definitely make use of the session. Over to you, Pavitra.
Thank you, sir, for setting the surrounding with your wonderful speech. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Monshad Agnes Nancy, second year MBA IAV, to deliver the chief guest introduction.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. It's an honor to welcome our resource person, Dr. S. Balaji, to the Impact Lecture on how to start a venture from scratch, who was keen in building the entrepreneurship skills. He has built 27 international journals and conducted 35 conferences. He has sponsored projects on magnetodielectric materials, electrochemical machining, nano composites, EM radiation, ease of doing business, and electrolytes for solid-state lithium-ion batteries. Though he is from the Department of Chemical Engineering, he has contributed his passion as an associate dean in Entrepreneurship Development Cell, as a coordinator in Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute Hub at TCE, and as a coordinator in Makerspace at TCE, where he has conducted many events based on startups and MSMEs. It's an honor to announce his recognition, where he has been awarded for Academic Excellence Award, Fast Track Young Scientist Project, and Taiwan for Most Postdoctoral Fellowship. It's an immense pleasure to have your presence for the session, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation. Now, I invite him to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Hemakumar, for having giving me an invite. And I'm so happy that I want to get associated with Pondicherry Technological University, because I have a very long sort of friendship with Sundaramurthy sir. So that really, whenever I think about Pondicherry Technological University, whenever I think about your Atal Innovation Center, I always vividly remember our meeting at Lucknow. So when myself and Sundaramurthy sir were in Lucknow, by then only you got a call about AAC. So I can proudly say that I am associated with your AAC before it started. So I'm one of kind of a well-wisher for the Atal Innovation Center at Pondicherry Engineering College, now Pondicherry Technological University. So being a well-wisher, it's always a duty of mine to attend whatever the event and also to contribute in whatever small capacity which I can. So as a part of this, I had accepted this invite. I don't know whether I am the right person to talk about this, but anyway, I will try to do a justice. And I understand that most of us here are students. Am I right? So you're all from your Masters of Business Administration. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Great. So, yeah, students, you may have one question. So, to speak about startup, why we have invited a faculty? This is the first question. So, nowadays, after this COVID, it has so happened that every day of us is now filled with lectures. Someone or other is coming and they are delivering some online lectures. And I know very well that you people might have got bored with online lecture. Okay. And two things actually, as a faculty, I understand from online lecturers. Whatever the lecture it may be, students will not switch on their video. Okay, that is one thing. Because now it so happened that every one of you, for the sake of attending, now people have started attending. That's the reason why they don't want to switch on their video. And second thing is, whenever a question is asked in a session, they will not try to respond. Okay. So this is the two factor which I am seeing throughout, not only in my college, not only in India, and also this is the same thing which I am experiencing now with in Taiwan, because I am a visiting researcher in National Taiwan University. So I used to handle some classes in Taiwan as well. There, the students used to be so interactive whenever I was taking class. But now in this online session, I am seeing that they're also following the same trend of what we are doing. So even if you don't switch on your video on, even if you don't respond to me, that will not be a big deal as of now. But if you can respond to me, I'll be so happy because you are going to be different. Okay. So whenever you want to say that I want to start my own venture, it can only be done by different people. It cannot be done by people who are following certain or who have the uh, following the herd nature or following the cohort nature. Okay, so if you are a farmer, if you are part of a herd, and if you have that following the crowd sort of an attitude, you cannot become an entrepreneur easily. Because whenever you say that you want to start your own venture, first thing which will come to your mind is your family. Your family would say that, hey, please don't take this risk. Do you want to take the risk? Because you have studied, you have done a good MBA degree in a very good institution. Try to get a job and try to be there. Let's see, after 10 years or after 20 years, you start your own venture. Who's going to ask? Now you just go for a job. This is what your family would say. Your friends, they would say that, Macha, now I think every one of you can understand Tamil, right? Am
No,
I
sir.
right? Oh, you can't. Okay, okay, okay. So, machan is a very common word, boss. Okay, it's the friendly way through which people used to address each other. So they may say that, okay, I've got a package of around 13 lakhs. I am placed at some 25 lakhs per annum. I'm placed at some 8 lakhs per annum. Something people would say. Okay, and this is called as a peer pressure. One is the family pressure. Second one is peer pressure. So your friends, whomsoever have done their undergraduation or post graduation with you, they would say that now I'm very well placed in a corporate, and I'm getting a very good salary, and I'm very well comfortably settled, and they would always give this sort of information to you just to make you uncomfortable with your position. If you're going to start your own venture in initially for about 3 years or even up to 5 years, you may not be making big money, but you will be under a very big peer pressure. So you have to sustain that as well. And then third thing, what it will come is the pressure what the society is going to give to you. Okay, so if you are at the age of 27, or if you are at the age of 28, you are chasing your dream, and society would say that, hey, he is not getting married or she is not getting married. There may be some problem with them. Okay, something like that, the society would keep on adding about you. So these three pressures are there, especially for any entrepreneur. One is the family pressure, another is the peer pressure, another is the societal pressure. So people who could able to withstand all these three pressures could only become an entrepreneur. So people of different nature, they can become an entrepreneur. So I want some of you to be different. I'm happy that Abhishek is different because he could be able to respond to me through audio message or through his voice. And I'm so happy that similar to him, every one of you, you have to be like that. You have to be different. Otherwise, becoming an entrepreneur is not that easy. Okay. Having said that, today I will just enter into my lecture. There are two ways of seeing how to start a business. One is if you ask an auditor or if you ask an accountant how to start a business, what would they say? So shall I play a role play here? So assume that some of you are an entrepreneur and I am an auditor. Okay, I'm an auditor. Now we are going to do a role play. Okay, I am going to play the role of an auditor, and you are going to play the role of an entrepreneur, one who wants to start his own business. Can I have one volunteer here in this class, here in this session? Can I have one volunteer here? Abhishek, can you be my volunteer?
Yeah, sure, sir, but I don't have that much knowledge.
No problem, no problem. Whatever the question you ask, assume that I'm your auditor. You are going to ask me some questions. Okay, this is about starting business. Before coming to this session, you may be having some questions. You're going to ask the questions as if like I'm an auditor. I don't know anything about auditing, boss. Don't worry. Okay, come on. Okay, let's start this role play. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Abhishek. I am Balaji. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm practicing this accounting. And how can I help you? Abhishek?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Just a minute.
Don't worry, Abhishek. I can give you even an. I have given you a comfortable place. I will give you a
Yeah.
welcome drink. Don't worry. What do you want?
Sir, how to get knowledge that this product will be uh, I have an idea that product will be solve the solution, but
Okay.
how I know that product will be public will be buy that product because it's
Okay.
use it's
Thank you.
solving the environment problem, but how public will know that it's useful to us also.
Okay. Okay. I'm an auditor. Okay. I'm an auditor. I would say that,
Yes, sir.
yes, Mr. Abhishek, your problem is excellent. And I am sure that you will become very successful. And you are going to earn crores. And you are going to become a crorepati. And always remember that I will be your auditor when you become a crorepati. Okay. And what you asked is how people buy my product. Definitely, people will buy your products. And don't worry. Okay, all you need to worry is how are you going to have your company? Is it a proprietorship company or is it a limited liability partnership? Or you're going to have a partnership firm or you're going to form a private limited company? When you're going to file for your GST, how frequent you want to do, every month the filing has to happen. So do you have an accountant with you or do I act as an accounting firm for you? Okay, what is the price at which we are going to work? This is what an auditor would generally ask. Okay, thank you, Abhishek. So Abhishek question was very simple. Sir, I have an idea how this idea would be sold in the market, how people are going to respond to this product. This is what the question of Abhishek. But if you go to an auditor would say that, sir, every idea is really good. You can definitely do a very good sales. You will become a crorepati. Don't worry. Let us only focus on the how to start the business. Like what is the rules and regulations behind it. This is what an auditor would generally advise you. Okay. So if you see in India, 99% of the ventures are registered by auditors, not by the individuals or by the entrepreneurs. So if you are an entrepreneur, what you would immediately get is please go and see a chartered accountant. They will help you to start your own business. So if you go to a chartered accountant, they would immediately say that, sir, don't worry, give me your Aadhaar, give me your PAN card, give me your financial statements, give me the name of your company, say is a proprietorship or not. Let us have a memorandum of association. Let us file it in Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and you will get your own company, and you get a domain name for a website for your company, and you can start. If you want, you can apply for. Initially, you will get a SIN number, that is a corporate identification number, and I will get that. And if you want, you can file for your GST. Now you have started, you can run your business. This is what an auditor would say. So they don't worry whether this startup will sustain or not. This is the reason why 97% of the startups, they don't sustain. I would not say that they have failed. I would say that they could not able to sustain their operations. They drop in between. It is not that their idea is bad. It is because they could not able to sustain the pressure. Okay. So the question is, whenever I want to start my own business, how to start the business from scratch? If this is the question, the answer should not come from a rules and regulations side. Because for doing in rules and regulation, for taking care of the rules and regulation, of course, we have got chartered accountant. But what we should have is we should see what is my idea, and whether I have validated who is my customer, whether the customer has validated my idea or not, and then how would I make my competitions irrelevant? From where will I get all this help, and how I'm going to launch my product, how I'm going to reach the market, what is my go-to-market strategy, and how I'm going to reach the success. So these are all the questions we should have. So unfortunately, in India, what's happening is now every one of us we are going to an auditor. Auditor is giving us some sort of an information which is not relevant for the companies to really start. Okay, so in papers your company will be there, but in operations your company will not exist. So to answer this question today, I have got a session, I have got a presentation to you. So which will discuss about the customer, an idea and its relation to the customer. Okay, so with your permission, I will just share my slide to you. So I think I have set my learning outcome clearly. Am I right? So today we are not going to see the rules and regulations. Instead, we are going to understand more about the idea and its relationship, idea and product and its relationship with the customer. Shall I? Is my PPT is visible to you?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yeah. So here's one person who's actually standing and he's trying to make something out of it. Okay. And yes, the question initially I was asking one question, that is about how to start a venture, why we have invited a faculty. This could be your question. My answer is, as a faculty, I have started my own venture. So I can say that I could be the right person to give this sort of information to you. Apart from starting my own venture, I am also associated with about 25 plus ventures. Okay, I am seeing them every day, how they are growing, how they are struggling, how they are succeeding. I'm just seeing everything. And in being in close quarter with all these 25 startups, I could able to understand their pain, and I could able to really cherish their success. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the case studies of the startups whom I have seen in the process of my presentation. So I can say that being a faculty myself, and since I have started my own venture, since I have seen the ventures from close quarters, and I can say that I'm the right person to discuss these things with you, especially with students like me. Okay, so next 90 minutes, what we are going to see. The question what you have is, what will I get? You will get why a startup emerges. What is the reason behind a startup? Why people should look for a company? On what basis, on what point people are actually creating their own venture in India? This you are going to understand. So from this, what you are going to understand is, so when I have to start my own company, if these factors come to me, then should I start or not? For this question, I hope you would get an answer today. Second thing is, who is helping startups? Is there any environmental enablers which actually helping the startups? And then how do I start? As a person, how do I start? And where will I get the help? Okay, I know some people are helping, but where will I get the help? How should I approach them? So if for these questions, I think I'm having the answers today. And if you have more questions, please feel free to question me. And I really would enjoy having more interaction with you rather than this being a monologue. Okay, shall I proceed further? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Startup. What the definition says. According to this definition, a startup is an entrepreneurial venture which actually has a business model working around an innovative product or service or a process or a platform. So what differentiates a startup company from a venture? Startup company is one which has an innovative product or service or process or platform with it. So if you are doing a mere trading, for example, next to my home, a Kirana shop has been formulated. Yesterday, they have started this Kirana store. Can I call the Kirana store as a startup? Can I call it? Probably next to our university building, a shopping mall has been just initiated. Can I call that shopping mall as an entrepreneurial venture? Can I call next to our hostel building, a Pizza Hut has been opened, a franchisee of Pizza Hut has been opened. Can I call that Pizza Hut as an entrepreneurial venture, as a startup? Can you call a Kirana store which is doing mere trading, a shopping mall which actually has a product and which does the sales, a Pizza Hut which is actually a franchisee and which is selling the product? Can we call these three as a startup?
No, sir.
No. Why? The simple reason could be not much innovation in it. Am I right? There is no much innovation there. So we cannot call that as a startup. Okay. So let me give you a small example here. And there is a small one person in his home. He is sitting and he is developing a web application. Okay. And that web application actually deals with an artificial intelligence to help the insurance companies to assess the extent of damage of vehicle which has undergone accident. Okay, so what is a startup company? The startup company is a software as a service. What it develops a web application. What this web application does, it has an artificial intelligence component in it. With this artificial intelligence component, once a photo is made about a car which has undergone an accident, this web application will see how much amount of dent has happened. Okay, and what is the damage which has happened to in the rear end or in the front end or to the glasses. What should be the amount of insurance which can be given for this accident? It will decide and it will help the insurance company to come to a decision. Okay, this is a one-man company. This is a one-man venture. He is just sitting with a startup, sitting with his laptop, and he creates a web app, and he calls himself as a company or a startup. Can he be called as a startup or not? Can he be called as a startup? Yes or no?
Yes,
Why?
because he is solving some problem and it is innovative.
Yeah, to some extent, we can say that this solution has not been there in the market. What an insurance company has to do, insurance company, whenever an accident takes place, the owner or the nearby people, they have to make a call to the insurance company. Insurance company, what it should do, it has to send an assessor. Okay, they have to assess the extent of damage. Assessor will take a lot of photographs and they will make a report, and again they will submit it to the insurance company. Insurance company, what they will do, based upon the assessment, they will come to a decision. How much time it would take for the assessor to come to the spot? It would take near about 3 or 4 hours. For the assessor to make a report, it would take 3 or 4 days. And for the insurance company to come to a decision, it may take 10 days. So for the customer, for the next 10 days, they cannot be able to get the claim very fast. But now what has happened for the customer, in a minute, the claim has been approved. Okay, everything happens over the internet because there is a web application. Just what the customer has to do, he has to install the web application, he has to take a photograph, and photograph would immediately be processed by this artificial intelligence, and it would suggest to the company, to this extent claim can be given. And based upon that, the company comes to a decision. Immediately the claim is sanctioned. So within few minutes, probably within a half an hour or 1 hour, the claim is settled to the customer. So by the way, the pain of the customer has got reduced, pain of the insurance company has got reduced, time delay has been reduced, and the operation has been made simple. And because of all these things, we can say that this company, one solution of this company, it has solved multiple problems in an innovative way, and we can say that Though this is a one man sitting with a single laptop, we can call this as a startup just because there is an innovation in it. Okay, do we understand the difference between a big venture and a small venture and a startup? A startup need not be big, okay, as if like a shopping mall. Okay, it need not be big, as if it need not have a very big name also. Okay, so a small solution can make the startup uh, to a probably a viable one. Okay, so let me just show you this. Can any one of you say what these companies are? They are unicorn startups, you know very well, and what they offer. Of course, we have got some 12, 13 companies which have become a unicorn in 2021. What is a unicorn startup? If their valuation is beyond $1 billion, then we call them as a unicorn company. Am I right? Am I right or not? Can
Yes,
anyone
sir.
say? Can anyone say what these companies do? Any one company. You just take any one company and just give me an answer. Probably you may be knowing about Misho, am I right?
Yes, sir. Mr. Head is there. And Grow
Misho,
is
Misho,
for
what it does?
provide the clothes in very cheap price.
Yeah. Any apparels they provide, they give you a lot of options. They give you in a very, very cheaper price. Share chat, any one of you are using? Share chat or Gupshup? Share chat is more about like WhatsApp. Okay. And Gupshup, it is also more about instant messaging site. Okay. Pharmacy, it's about very simple. The name itself, it has got some information. So it helps us to buy the
Provide
online
medicine.
medicines. Yeah, medicines, an online way. Okay, infra market, it will try to connect us with the experts and the material manufacturers and the suppliers for an infrastructure market. If I want to buy a cement, I want to buy say sand. I want to get a carpenter. For all these things, infra market is a kind of a web application which will connect you with the suppliers and also with the people who are going to work. Okay, they will connect you with labors as well. Okay, this is an infra market. And charge B, it's about creating a online billing platform. Okay, and I can say similar to it. What is a credit? Credit is actually managing your credit cards. So you may be having multiple credit cards with you. How to effectively manage them? Because every credit card has got its own paying cycle. So how to effectively manage between the paying cycles so that you will not pay anything extra. Okay, so these are all a few unicorns which has got started in in India in 2021. If you see the commonality between all these things, none of the companies are product based. Everything is a service based company. Say Cred or Misho or Digit or Pharmacy or Infomarket or Grow, ShareChat, 5 Star, ChargeBeam, Moglix, Urban, Innovaxer, Gupshup, everything is a service based company. So if you want to become a unicorn, there are two options left to you. So if you can identify the right place, right niche, even if it is a service company, you can become a unicorn. Okay. So let me just go towards this point. And what make startup emerge? Startup is actually created by individuals. What actually drives this individual to start their own company? First thing could be I'm studying in a college or I'm studying in a university, and I have got plenty of innovative ideas with me. I've got plenty of innovative ideas, and I've also, to some extent, I have tested this in the market, and such kind of product is not available in the market. I have not seen this in the market. So I think this product is really worth. It will solve the pain of the people. There is an innovation in it, and hence I have to start my own company. Because if I am not going to start it today, someone will start it in the next month or in the next year or in the forthcoming years. So I want to be the pioneer in starting this company. I want to have the pioneer advantage. And this is the reason why I want to start a company. Because I'm having a strong innovation. Okay. I have a achievement mindset. I have a risk-taking appetite, and I have got quite an excellent education. Though I'm not having an experience, since this innovation is good, since I have a risk-taking ability, I want to start this one company. This is how startups are being created by young people. The age may be 18, the age may be 16. At the age of 16 and 18, many startups are coming in India just because of the thing that people who are starting the company, they think that their idea is really good. And there are a lot of success stories in it as well. Okay, I know one person called as Vasudev who is in Coimbatore. At the age of 14, he started his own venture. Now, at the age of 27, he has started near about 30 plus ventures. The ventures is more than his age. He's a serial entrepreneur. He has made money in crores. Okay, because he feels that his ideas are really different. And he has proved that also. Okay, so you people, after in your college itself, while you are in your institution, you can start your own company, provided you have the risk-taking ability, you have that achievement mindset, and you feel that your idea is really good at solving a problem. Okay, then in India, at what age people are starting their own startups? The average age is between 30 to 38. Only by then, many startups are coming in India. Why people at the age of 20 they are not starting? Why the people at the age of 25 they are not starting? Why between 30 to 38 many startups are coming? Startup founders they have a age between 30 to 38. Why this is happening? If you ask means the question could be they are at their midpoint of career. Okay, myself and Professor Hemakumar, both of us, we are in the midpoint of career. If you ask us, we would list you lot of frustrations. Am I right, sir? Okay, we
Yes,
may
sir.
say that, yeah, we would definitely have a lot of frustrations. Yeah, whenever you are in a career in a midpoint, always there will be some sort of an issues. Okay, and always there will be a commitment which will be growing. We have got few children, we have to grow them, and we have to buy some assets for the as, and we have to secure the future. And we should also look upon the increasing medical expenditure. We may think that whatever the income we are getting, it's not sufficient. We have to get some more good income. We have to increase the revenue streams. What would I do? Okay, and also I'm having an ability to take risk. So I'm not satisfied with my present job and my commitments are keep on increasing. I'm not satisfied with my present income, and I want to take a risk. Okay, in all these conditions, which make people aged between 30 to 35, and I would even say that even people beyond 40, even up to 50, now people are coming and starting their own venture. Okay, so this is the triggering point in India why the startups are coming between or created by the middle-aged people just because of these three issues. Okay, and once you have started some sort of an venture, or some people they may have spotted the opportunity really. They may be a professionals who are working in a company. They don't have any job issue. They don't have any commitment, but they have landed up on an opportunity which is like a gold mine. Okay, you may think that some pharmacy company which is actually developing some sort of a pharmacy product. As a biochemist is working in the pharmacy company, and he is happy with his job. But suddenly he has identified one formula, and that formula may cure COVID 19 uh, uh, infections easy. So he has landed upon an opportunity. Okay, he sees that there's a huge market for this. Instead of vaccine, if people can take his tablet, people can get cured of COVID 19. He has identified, he had landed up at an opportunity. So this can also create a venture. Okay, and some people who are really married to uh, big family, and they have got huge amount of, they have inherited huge wealth. and they don't know what to do with it. They have got some 150 crores, 200 crores with them. So they don't want to go for a job. Why should I go for a job? Because I'm having good money. So I would start a venture so that I will try to multiply this, so that I will keep myself engaged in a easy manner. I don't want to be stressed. Okay. So apart from this, if they have a good commitment or if they have a vision, some people may be there. So their vision is to start their own company. Okay, so in this cases as well, the startup may get emerged. Okay, so these are all three things. One is like innovation, which is actually done by the young people. Okay, and the triggering point is actually the people who are of middle aged, and the group which is actually coming at the third stage, and they might have seen an opportunity, and they want to create their own venture. This is how people do. This is the three stages at which the startups are getting emerged in India. And if you go for a matured company, okay, startup is very different from a matured company. Startup is one which is actually growing in a very stage by stage, and matured company is one which is actually at the growth stage. If in India, according to the Department of Industries promoting trade, and we have a very clear understanding that in India, if a company is below 5 years, they can be called as a startup. If it is even up to 7 years, now recently our finance ministry has given an indication that even up to 7 year, a company can be called as a startup. If it is beyond 7 years, it cannot be called as a startup. It should be called as a matured company. Okay, for a matured company, why new product comes? For a matured company to attain growth, they may need to have a very good team. They need to have a very good strategy. Okay, they need to have a very good structure. So being a startup itself, what you should think is, so tomorrow I'm going to become a matured company. What should I do? First thing what you should do is you should start building up your team. Initially, you have to be lean. You can be bootstrapped, but at some point of time, you should know how to build a team. You cannot be alone. Okay, you cannot be alone. Please have this in your mind. And always you should have the growth strategy in your mind. Okay, and then you should have marketing plan, and you should have how structured operations, and you should know how to manage your finance. This is what takes a company to a maturity level. Okay, of course you should have verticals for all this, for managing all these things, and as an entrepreneur you should have a knowledge about these things. And finally, a company can also go for a initial public offering. It can become an IPO company, and there of course the cycle continues. Okay, so for all these things, who's going to help me? So I'm having an idea, I'm having a mere idea, and I'm having a very good education, so I want to start my own company. Yes, you can start it in your Atal Innovation Center, which is supported by NSTDB, or it is supported by Niti Aayog, or you can also get supported by your state government. State government may be having their own agencies to promote entrepreneurship. You can get some programs, grants from them. With that grant, you can start. Okay, so what you need is you need to have a training. Okay, those sort of training, it would be given by you through your Atal Innovation Center. You should undergo training. Without training, it is not possible to successfully sustain your venture. Okay, and apart from that, you need to have a funding. Okay, the funding may come from you. Initially, you think that the funding should come from you. You should be the 100% owner of your company. At later time, what you can do is you can dilute your equity. What is an equity? Equity is the ownership of your business. You can say that my company, this is my company X, and 100% of this company belongs to me. Okay, so if you can say that 100% if it belongs to you, then this is called as a bootstrapped company. You are the investor in this company, and you are running this company on your own. If you say that I have my partner, okay, the partner has invested 30%, and I have invested 70%, then this is a kind of a partnership firm, or it can be a private limited company, or it may be a limited liability partnership company, where some of the equity belongs to you. 70% of the equity belongs to you, or 30% of the equity belongs to your friend or your partner. Okay. So third thing is, I have got only an investor. Okay, that the investor doesn't work along with me. He only invests on my company. So I give 30% of my company to him, and I am owning 70% of the company. But he is not my partner. But he is owning 30% of my company because he has given me the funding. They are called as investors. Again, these investors, they can be split into two types. One is called uh, debt-based investors and equity-based investors. Debt-based investors are, they will give you only debt. Debt in the sense, for example, I'm giving you 10 lakh rupees. At some interest rate, you have to pay me back this 10%. Banks or debt investors. Okay, they will invest on your company against some collateral. Collateral means I have my house. So you have to pledge your house, and against this house, they will give you a loan. And you have to pay back the loan with some interest. They are called as debt investors. And the equity investors, they would get a percentage from your company, share from your company. 30% it belongs to me. Against 30%, they will give you 10 lakhs. If your company grows, they will also take their share. Okay, again, these investors or equity investors can be divided into two types. One is called as venture capitalists, another is called as angel investors. Angel investors are like people who want you to grow. Okay, they are like goodwill people. They would try to take a risk. The angel investors may be your uncle, maybe your father, maybe your friend. Okay, they would invest on your company and they would take a share, but they will give you a full freedom. They would ensure that you become successful. Okay, they will not come into the daily decision. Okay, they will not say that in 3 years you have to give me back this money, in 10 years you have to give me back this money. They would not urge you. They are called as angel investors. Venture capitalists, they have a very clear plan. 30% of your company belongs to me. In 3 years, I have to walk out, means I will give this 30% to you. I will do an equity dilution. 3 years is my lock-in period. Within this 3 years, you have to give me 2x of return, 3x of return. I have invested you 10 lakhs today. You have to give me 20 lakhs in 3 years. This is as simple as that. This is how venture capitalists would speak to you. I'm interested in your idea. Okay, I know that your idea will become successful. I will give you some good networking as well. But 3 years, give me 3x return, 2x return. Okay, after that, we can go for a dilution. Something like that. They will come with a certain suggestion. And they will also be a part of your decision making process because they need 3x of return. They are worried about their money investment. They will be a part of the decision making process. So if you want to, in your annual general body meeting, they will be there and they will be taking decisions and they will also be steering along with you. This is how the venture capitalists work. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, what we have seen in this entire slide is people at what stage they start with their own company and matured company and what stages they would go. And if you want to get a funding, what is the opportunity you have? And you can get it as a debt or you can get it as the equity investment or you can also get it as a grant. The Atal Innovation Center or your technology business incubator like us, we also have grants. We used to give 10 lakhs, 25 lakhs for the people as a grant. You need not pay back to the incubator. You have to only show that your company is successful. So there are three ways of getting funds. One is you can get a grant, you can get a debt, or you can get a equity-based investment, or you can invest on your own. So these are all the ways in which you can fund your venture. How do I start? Okay. So there are certain steps to start your own venture. First, you should know how to create ideas. Okay, you cannot be alone. Please have it in your mind. You cannot be alone. You should be with people. Okay, so you should know how to brainstorm and how to create ideas. And you should know what is your product and what is the customer segment, who will buy your product. For which you have to prepare a value proposition canvas and you have to do a customer interview and you have to do a customer discovery process altogether. Okay, you have to go for a hypothesis testing as well. This is the hypothesis I have. For example, I want to create a broiler chicken. Okay, organic broiler chicken. This is what I'm going to offer. Okay, is there any need for the people to buy this kind of an organic product? Okay, so this chicken will not be having any sort of say immunity boosters, or they will not be having any sort of um, now a lot of injections are being given to chickens to quickly make them mature. Okay, those sort of injections are not given to it. This is a very normal chicken which has been hatched in about some 16 days or 90 days. Or this kind of chicken, does it have any need in the market? You have to create your own hypothesis. So I want to sell a pen. Okay, this is my innovative product. For this, you have to have a hypothesis. I want to create a web app for the insurance company. You should have a hypothesis. Hypothesis should be for the customer. It should also be for the consumer, okay, who is going to use your product. Okay, and then you should know about your competitors. You should work on blue ocean strategy. You should work on strategy mapping, and you should know how to plan your operations, buyer experience mapping, and then you should know how to create a business model. Business model comes at the last. Okay, so before that, you should know all these things. And today in this lecture, I'm going to introduce you to these concepts. Being a business administration students, I hope you might have come across these concepts. If not, I think this will be very much useful to you to know what these concepts are and what these tools are. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the tools which will help you to make your own business, because I don't want to act as an auditor, because only an auditor would give you rules and regulations to start your company, but the rules and regulations is not sufficient to start your own venture. Okay, so how much time I'm left with? So can you please guide me through? So how many time I'm left with, sir?
Uh, I can take, sir. It's up to you, sir. I try to come 3:45, sir, maximum.
Yeah, okay. So time is around 2:50 now. So
Yes, sir.
so we've got there about 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So
Thanks.
students, is it much boring now so far?
No, sir.
Could you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
I hope. Thank you. So if you have any questions so far, please feel free to ask, even in Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, or in English, whatever it may be. So you can put me questions in any of these languages. I will be convenient to talk. So any questions you have? So if not, do we have any questions? No?
I think not yet.
Okay. Chalo, very good. Good. So please feel free to talk to me in any of the language you prefer in these 4 languages. So no problem. I can answer to you. And let me come to this thing. How can I create ideas? So this is the fundamental thing. First thing is, you have to draw from your own experience. You have to look around the people. Sir, you know, Red Bus, how it has started. You know how the Red Bus got started? Any one of you? I know very well that you may be knowing about it. Red Bus. You know that or not?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Yes,
How
sir.
Red Bus started?
It's a ticket booking for buses.
Yeah,
The
it's a
prior
ticket booking.
booking.
Yeah. How it started? You know, one day there were 2 engineers who were in Bangalore. Okay, they want to go to their town in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, they want to go to Visakhapatnam or they want to go to Hyderabad. I don't know exactly where they were heading to. But from Bangalore, they want to board a bus. It was during Diwali. Before the night of Diwali, they were just standing on the bus stand, and they were looking at the buses. The buses were heavily crowded. They could not able to get a single seat, and they had the government buses are really crowded. They thought that we will go to private operators. They went to private operators. Private bus operators, they were asking 10 times of the original ticket cost. For example, if the cost is around 800 rupees, they were asking, sir, give me some 4,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees or 8,000 rupees. We would take you to your hometown. Otherwise, you cannot come to us. Okay, the price of the ticket was humongous, and even if they managed to get a seat at about some 3,000 rupees, and both are engineers who were working on IT based firm in Bangalore, and they got into the bus, and the bus which was promised to them was a Volvo, and bus which actually came was a very very ordinary bus. Have you ever seen the film Sundara Travels in Tamil? No.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Similar to that, a bus came to them. Okay, it was like a bus which was in a dilapidated condition and which was about to fall at any time. This was the bus, and they got a last seat in it. And both of them, they were really worried. See, before such a kind of a festival, this is the hardship many people are facing. Okay, this they have understood. This is the experience they have got. From their experience, what they did was, why we should not have a web application which will connect, which will help the people to find where the seats are available, and they have to book through their web app. This is how Redbus started. Redbus started because of their own pain. So from that, they tried to extrapolate this into one venture, and they created a unicorn sort of a venture, Redbus. Now it's a very big company. Okay. So draw from your own experience. Just see around you and see where is the problem available. If you can spot that opportunity, yes, you please try to work upon it. This is how you have to start. And then it may be suitable for the professionals as well. So you may say that, sir, as a student, I don't have much experience. I could not able to spot my own opportunity. So what you should do is just get into some profession, be a professional, be there and see in your profession what is the problem which has not been solved. And if you can spot that opportunity, yes, you can start your own venture. This is more of an individual work because it's you alone. You have to empathize, you have to see with the people, and you have to understand things. Because in design thinking, the first step is the empathize. Empathize with the people, empathize with the customers, empathize to identify their problem, to know their pain. Okay. And once this is about more of an individual work. Other than this, once you have identified that opportunity, what you should do is you should do a survey. Okay, survey in the sense you have to do a secondary market research. For example, I want to start my own company like Redbus. How many competitors are there? How many buses are actually operating? How many fleets are getting operated by an individual operator? And what is their seat occupation, or to which extent they get a vacancy in a seat? So where they find difficulty in filling the seat. For example, a bus is moving from Pondicherry to say Hyderabad. Okay, some 60 seats are there. 59 seats they have filled. One seat they could not able to do because one lady was sitting, and next to her there is one seat which is vacant, which can be given only to another lady. They are not getting a lady passenger, so they have to run with 59 seats alone. So this is the problem of the bus operator, and there may be some lady who would be trying to get a seat which is adjacent to another lady. Okay, so this kind of problem, they are not getting connected to each other. So what we should do is, how many fleet operators are there, what is their seat occupancy level, and how many people are actually commuting in this between these two destinations. You have to do a lot of secondary market research. Who are all the competitors, how do they operate? A lot of secondary research is needed. Okay, and you have to do the customer discovery process. Customer discovery process is drawing a value proposition canvas, identifying the pain, identifying the gain, and what is needed to alleviate that pain. Many things have to be looked upon, and you should have your own hypothesis. So if I solve this problem, if I provide the solution, yes, this problem will be solved, and I will get money. Finally, the chasm of building your startup is earning money. It's not about solving problem. If you think that the chasm lies in solving the problem. You are wrong. If you solve a problem, then you will not be happy. If you solve the problem, and also if you can earn money, then you will be happy. Okay, so a venture can only be successful if it is going to make money. You cannot do social work at the expense of your energy. Please have it in your mind. If you're going to do a social work, if you're planning for a social enterprise, please be clear that there should be some channels through which you generate revenue. So many social ventures which are getting started today, they don't sustain beyond 2 years or 3 years because they don't have a revenue stream. So please, in the initial days itself, please try to see from where will I get money. Money is much, 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 much more important. So if at all you want to sustain, this vitamin M is important. I will give you another case study. It's called Planet Higgs. This is a startup company which is there in our in our institution, in our technology business incubator. Planet Higgs. This is created by MTech graduate. His name is Shiban Chakravarti. Just now he has got graduated from our institution, and he started this one his venture. This is called as Planet Higgs. His idea is for doing solid waste management. Okay, for doing solid waste management, what he does is he has suppliers and he has got labors. Okay, you may think that you may be having an apartment or you may be having an industry. Your industry may be or your apartment may be generating solid waste and you don't get labor to clean it. What he will do is he will identify the labor and he will manage that solid waste. Okay, and if you are an industry, the solid waste management will be done by him if you give order to him. So he aggregates the people together and he cleans the solid waste and he manages the solid waste in your company. Okay, and the solid waste, what he does, he segregates the solid waste into reusable things, recyclable things, and he sells to the customer. By the way, he generates revenue. And if you are a apartment or if you are industry, you have to pay for the services of this company, Planet Higgs. So he has got two revenue streams. One revenue stream is straight away he gets from the people who are engaging his service. That may be an industry or a apartment. And second thing is, or that may be an institution as well. Second thing is through recycling and reusing things, he gets another revenue stream. So he has got a revenue stream, but his venture is a social venture. So his idea is actually to help people to manage their waste, to keep their campuses clean. This is his idea. He don't want the litters to be on the street. This is an idea. This is a noble vision. For which what he does is he is having a web application through which he tries to manage people and he sends the people accordingly to all the places and he is managing it. He's getting money from the people who are taking his services and he also earns money through recycling things. So these are all the revenue streams he has. And because of this, for the past 1 year, he has got his own venture and he's running it very successfully. And he is making a turnover of near about 2 to 3 crores. Do you believe? 2 to 3 crores he is managing. He's just an MTech graduate, MTech in environmental engineering. He got graduated. He has identified an opportunity. He did a market research and he made his own hypothesis and he validated the hypothesis. Then he has his own company. Okay, so this is how you have to do a market survey, clean market survey, and it needs team.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
which place he serves, sir?
yeah. He is actually serving in Madurai, in some places in Tirunelveli, and of course in Kanyakumari. He has taken some orders. He's been serving in many districts in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So the another one is learn from your peers. Be a part of a cohort. For customer discovery process, tomorrow Hemakumar sir, he may be running a cohort. Cohort what? Cohort is nothing but in Tamil we used to call that as mandai. Mandai means herd in English. Sheep, herd. Okay, cow, cohort. Okay, many cows they will be put on a same place. That is called as a cohort. Many sheep that will be put on a same place. That is called as a cohort. So you please be a part of a cohort. In that cohort, many people they will be coming, many startups they will be coming, many ideas they will be coming. Try to learn from your peers how they think of their problem, how they move up in the ladder. Learn from your friends, learn from failed ventures. Okay, again, this is a sort of a teamwork which you should have. Again, try to take mentorships. Okay, learn from mentors. Your Atal Innovation Center, if you go and ask to Dr. Hemant Kumar, he will be giving you some mentors. He will be networking you with mentors. Learn from the mentors. Learn from industrial associations. Every industrial association, they will be having their own training programs. Just be a part of it and try to understand. Okay, and then finally, last but not the least is brainstorm. 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 It's much more important, because I'm saying everything in the three times because I want to give more stress. Brainstorm your idea with your people. Please don't think that they will steal your idea. It's not like that. Only if you brainstorm, you will understand the problems, or if you will understand the pitfalls in your entire idea. Your idea may not be foolproof. It may be having a big hole which you have not perceived, which your friend would perceive and say, oh, this is not the way, this is where we will fail. Okay, this thing would come only if you do a brainstorm. Okay, and you please always have it in your mind that best ideas are yet to come in brainstorm. So how crazy the idea it may be, please don't leave it. That may be the best idea which may work for you. Okay, no idea is really bad. Have all these things in your mind. Try to do the brainstorming. This is how you have to create your idea. So the idea you can get from your own experience, or you may get from the market research, or you may get from the peer experience, or you may get from your mentors, or you may get from through brainstorming. This is how you can create ideas. Once you create ideas, now you have to get into the market. Do you have any sort of clarifications needed in this so far? If not, I will proceed further. Shall I? Shall I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All clear.
For your customer segment, boss, this is much more important. You can go to this. This is called as a value proposition canvas. How many of you know this? How many of you know this? Value proposition canvas. Do you know this?
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what this, can anyone of you explain what it is?
Sir, how will you deliver value to the customer?
Okay. This has got two components. One is customer and another is a product. What do we get from the right hand side and what do we get from the left hand side? Right hand side, customer side. What you should focus initially, whether you should focus on your customer or you should focus on the product. Which has to come first?
Customers.
Customer. So which part in the customer you have to feel initially?
Pain. The pain create.
Yeah.
What
So
pain
there
they
are-
go.
Yes, exactly. So what you should first feel is jobs to be done. Okay, jobs to be done. Jobs to be done, that is nothing your needs. What is the job actually I'm looking for? I want to create a web application for insurance companies. This is the jobs to be done. This is the needs. Okay. And what is the fear for the insurance company? They are worried about the technology. They are worried about the accuracy of this technology. They are worried about the delay because of the assessor. They are worried about the bias of the assessor. So these are all the pains of the insurance company. What is the pain of the consumer? This is the customer. What is the pain of the consumer? The consumer has a pain that there is a big delay. Okay. Second thing is the assessor may be having a bias towards the insurance company, he may not help me to get the full claim. Okay, and I have to be without my vehicle for next 10 days till the assessment is done. So these are all the pains of the consumer side. So first what you should do is you have to fill the jobs to be done. Jobs to be done is actually the needs. Jobs to be done category, you have to fill it. Then you have to identify the fears, pains. What is the pain? What leads to these jobs to be done? That you have to fill. And then this is like what I need. That is the jobs to be done. I need. I hate. I hate is actually the fear. I hate. I love. That is actually which I'm not expecting. If I get it, I will be jubilant. I will be so happy. Okay, that is the I love category. That is the wants. Okay, fears, needs is actually job to be done. Fears is actually the pain, and wants is actually the extra superlative thing which you are going to give to your customer. Okay, so which will help the people to buy your product immediately. Okay, so for example, let me take an example that is called as a Sweet Kadai. How many of you know about this venture Sweet Kadai? Have you ever come across this venture Sweet Kadai?
Yes, sir.
What they do? What they do? Sweet Kadai. Kadai in Tamil means shop. Sweet Kadai, sweet shop. What they do? So what they do is actually I was in their initially when they were raising their investment with the Native Lead Foundation, I was in their panel. I can proudly say that I was a person who was assessing them, and I recommended investments to this company, sweetkadai.com. Sweet Kadai is actually a venture which wants to deliver native sweet products to people. Okay, whenever if I say Tirunelveli, what do you get in your mind? Tirunelveli is known for? Tirunelveli is known for?
Halwa, sir.
Halwa. Very good, very good, very good. So if I say something like Bikaner, Bikaner is actually in Rajasthan.
Bhujia.
Bhujia. Okay, fine. And if I say something like, because I don't know much about the rest of the things, I would go to something like Madurai. Is there any sweet associated with it? No. Madurai is associated only with Malli. Okay. Let's have some other place. Can you relate any place related to a sweet or related to savory? Any one place. If you take Srivilliputturu is meant for, do you know? Srivilliputturu, it is actually near Madurai. Srivilliputturu is meant for Palkova. And Karaikal is known for?
Alva, sir.
Karaikal is also known for Alva. Very good, very good. See, if we say one name, even I can say that if I say something like Kovilpatti. Kovilpatti is known for?
Kadale Mittai, sir.
Kadala Mittai. Okay, so if I say city, the city comes with some sort of, it has got its own sweet. So sweetkadai.com, what it does is, you be in Pondicherry, you be with Pondicherry Technological University. Tomorrow you will get halwa from Tirunelveli. If you want, we will get bhujia from Bikaner. If you want, we will get kadale mittai from Kovilpatti, or we will get halwa from Karaikal. You just give an order to us. We will give you this. We will deliver you. Okay, within say 24 hours, we will deliver this product to you. This is what Sweet Kadai does. Okay, and if you are in overseas also, if you are sitting in the US, or if you are sitting in Western Europe, or you are sitting in Japan, or you are sitting in somewhere in South Korea, In about 3 days, they deliver this product to you. This is what sweetkadai.com does. Okay, now please explain me what is the jobs to be done for the Sweet Kadai.
So delivering the products to the needed customer.
No, jobs to be done is not exactly the delivering. It is providing authentic sweets. Providing authentic sweets from specific locations to people on tech. Do you get this point? What are the things they have? Authentic sweets from specific locations in a given point of time. This is the jobs to be done. Is that clear? The jobs to be done is not about only delivering. It is about delivering from what we are going to deliver. Authentic sweets. From where? From specific locations. From on what time? On a clean, defined timeline. I will give it. This is
Yes, sir, 24 hours.
okay. So, what is the fear of the customer? What is the pain of the customer? Sir, I want to taste the halwa from Tirunelveli. I want to taste the bhujia from Bikaner. Okay. So, Bikaner is, of course, known for many milk sweets as well. Am I right? Bikaner wala. Am I right or not? Okay, I hope. Bikaner wala is also known for a lot of very good milk sweets as well. A lot of pedas in there and also. So, I want to taste the pedas from Bikaner. So now I'm worried that I may not get it from Bikaner alone. I will not get it from Tirunelveli. I would get it from the next nearby shop. So I'm worried about the authenticity. That is one thing. Second thing is I'm worried about the quality. I'm worried about the hygiene. I'm worried about the way in which it is made. And third thing, I am worried about the delivery process. In the delivery, if it is going to take a lot of time, it is a perishable item. I'm worried about its longevity or its perishable nature. Okay, so these are all the fears I have. Okay, so I don't want to order through Sweet Kadai just because it may come to me at a later time, which may lead to a very fast product, or that authenticity may not be there. The way of preparation may not be good. They may be buying from some place in Tirunelveli, which may not be good. So I'm worried about all these things. So what the company has to do in the jobs to be done is, it's not about providing the sweets from specific locations at a given point of time. They should also ensure that the authenticity or the hygiene of making, that is also ensured. Okay, so what the company would do is, it would take this into a gain category. The customer, what is the pain of the customer? They are worried about the time. Okay, at a given point of time, I will give. Fine. They are worried about the authenticity. I will ensure that the authentic certificate is given to you. Okay, and third thing is they are worried about hygiene. In the gain category, I love category, they ensure that Sweet Kadai, personnel from Sweet Kadai, they visit to the company and they understand the standard operating procedure. They ensure that everything is clean right from the beginning to the end. They ensure that everything is clean and they reduce the manual operations in the packaging. So without any human touching, the product comes to you. They ensure that there is no human touches involved in the product, and hence you need not worry about the authenticity. You need not worry about the damage it will come. You need not worry about the quality of making. Everything we ensure. So here, what happens to the customer? Customer needs something. I want to taste an authentic sweet, and I'm worried about the hygiene. I'm worried about the time at which it will come. I'm worried about the okay, these are all the worries I have. And I would be very happy. I would love if I get a certificate of authenticity. I would be very happy if I get a certificate which gives certifies about the cleanliness of the product. I would be so happy if no human touching is involved, or there is no human handling of my product is done. Okay, and if it is in an automated process, I would be so happy. So these are all the three categories of the customer. One is I need, I hate, and I love. If you solve this I need and I hate, then definitely your product will be successful. Your product will be super successful if you have some component in the I love category as well. So I need, I hate, I love. Please have this in your mind. I need, I hate, and I love. If you have items in I need and I hate, okay, I hate, you have seen it. If you have addressed all the pains in the I need category, then your product will definitely be successful. But if you have some category in the I love category, that is your wants, that is not necessary. But if you have those values, it will increase your business. It will keep the customer to keep on coming to you. Okay, if you have those things, then you will be very much successful. Okay, so with this, you go to the product side. The product side, what you provide is the products and features. That is the experience. This is my product. These are all the features of my product. So, what is the product and features? This is on the left hand side. This is the feature of the product. This is a factual description of your product. Okay, what is the pain? How the pain is getting relieved of by the customer? The pain they would get. What is the experience the customer would derive, and how their pains are getting alleviated? And the benefits is one which comes from the want category. The benefits which the customer has not intended, but the company has given to them, so that the customer would again come back to the venture again. They will be the repeated customers. So this is what the value proposition is. So for filling this value proposition, what you need to do is you have to do a customer discovery. Customer discovery of not one person, customer discovery of near about some 100, 200 people. Again, you should have some archetypes in it. What is an archetype? What is an archetype in a customer? Whether you have to see only the customer who is going to buy your product, it's not sufficient. Archetype is one. What you should do is, who is going to buy my customer? Whether he is the sole decision maker, this is one of the archetype. Second thing is there any influencer involved in this buying process? Okay, I am making a Kinder Joy chocolate. Who is my customer?
Parents.
Parents are my customer. Who is the influencer?
Their children.
Children are the influencer. So whenever you have your product, you should have the value proposition for decision makers. You should have value propositions for influencers. You should have value propositions for even the people who are going to play a spoil game. Okay, who are spoilers? Who is the spoiler for Kinder Joy? Chocolate. Who could be the spoiler? Who could be the spoiler for the sales of Kinder Joy chocolate? Who could be the spoiler?
Oreo biscuits, dog find biscuits,
Many spoilers could be there. Some doctors, some people the next to your house, if some people are there, some elderly people. Many spoilers could be there for a children. Don't buy this Kinder Joy chocolate. See, this is going to spoil your health. It is not worth for money. Anything can be there. So your value proposition should not address only the people who are going to buy. It should focus on the decision makers. It should focus on the influencers. It should focus on the saboteurs. Saboteurs are your spoilers. It should focus on the saboteurs, how they are going to do it. Okay, so you have to make the value proposition for these archetypes. Have this word with your mind, in your mind. It should be etched in your mind. Whenever I'm going to make a value propositions, I will split my value proposition for different archetypes. So for all these archetypes, whether it is exactly is it addressing or not, if it is addressing, then you have made a successful value proposition. Okay, I will just go further. So fine. So I have done a beautiful value proposition, and I think this is the problem of the customer. How should I validate? Yes, this is the problem. How should I validate? Yes, this is the product which my customer will buy. How should I validate? Do I have any sort of tools to it? Okay, yes, you have the tool, and this tool is called as hypothesis test card. How many of you know this? You have come across? Have you come across this tool, hypothesis test card?
No, sir.
So this is how you have to test your idea in the market. If you follow this, definitely you will be successful. Okay, so how to test this? First of all, what you should have is, so what is that I believe upon? I believe I'm making a Kinder Joy chocolate. I believe children will like it. Okay, parents, it's of cost affordable, and parent can afford this cost. I believe. So to verify that, what will I do? And how will I measure? And I am right. Your hypothesis may be right, or your hypothesis may be wrong. So while you have a product, you will be having plenty of hypotheses. So what you should do is you should see whether you either validate or invalidate your hypothesis. Always your hypothesis will not be correct. Don't get biased towards your hypothesis. Make the hypothesis, try to invalidate it, try to prove you are wrong. If you cannot prove you are wrong, then you will be successful. Do you get my point? Do you get my point? Sorry, I must try. Okay, 325. So do you get my point? Try to validate you are wrong. Whenever you are making business, whenever you are planning business, making your business model, or whenever you are making a value proposition, when you are going to create a product, please be skeptic about yourself. Please be skeptic about yourself. Try to see where you will fail, where you will be wrong. Okay, so you have to do the hypothesis test card. So what I have done, I'm going to show this to you for my venture. Okay, so can we see that? So I don't have any hesitations to show about my venture, how I have done it. I will just show to you this. Okay. This our venture, this is called as a texture. Texture, what do we get from the name texture? What texture means? What texture means? Hello, can you, are you with me? Texture. What is a texture? I'm seeing a
pattern.
Yeah, the pattern in the surface is called as texture. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
The one which describes about the surface is called as texture. Am I right? Am I right or
Yes,
not?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So our venture is also called as Texas. It's not Texas, it is Texas. Tech actually stands for Tyagarajan Engineering College. SCR stands for Surface Engineering Research Solutions. But as a whole, it sounds as if like a texture. Texture is nothing but deals about the surface. So our company is actually dealing about the coating on plastics, plating on plastics. So you know very well that there are a lot of cars which are coming now in the market. Electric vehicles are coming now in the market. You know, every electric vehicle is actually weighing 450 kgs, 300 to 450 kgs more than their internal combustion engine counterpart. Electric vehicles are having more weight or weighing more when compared to the IC engines because it has got a battery cabinet. The battery cabinets are creating more weight. So to reduce the weight, car companies are now moving towards more plastic parts in their product. So this plastic products, whenever a plastic product are given to the customer, they have a feel that this car is not robust because whenever a metal or metallic shade is given to you, you feel that this is safer because metals can withstand a stress better than plastics. Okay, so whenever a plastic is coated with metal, people have an illusion that yes, this will withstand all the stress. If at all I'm going to mess up with some accidents, my car will be safer just because my car is made with more metallic parts. If it is made with a plastic part, then the customer may feel that it is not safe. So to alleviate this fear or to create an illusion in the customer, what the car companies does is they try to coat the plastic parts with a metallic paint. So this is called as plating on plastics. Okay. So for plating on plastics, we come up with an innovative solution. That is the company what we are. That's what we offer. We are creating an innovative solution for plating on plastics, especially for the automobile companies. So is there any competitions available? Yes, there are a lot of competitions. How many, which sort of quotas are there? Large and medium scale quotas are there. And what is the problem they face? They face high rejections due to inferior surface quality. And they have a low labor productivity. Per capita productivity is very low. They have to, in the entire line, they have to put some 100 people. Productivity is very, very low. It takes a lot of processing time. And there is an issues with respect to pollution control due to the usage of high toxic effluents. These are the problems the companies are facing. So we are trying to create a product for these large and medium scale companies so that they can address these problems. Okay, how we have verified it? So we had interviewed with the CEOs, CTOs, procurement division managers of auto companies who are, what is the archetype? They are influencers or recommenders. Okay, so we just gone to them. We understand what is their vendor qualification process, what is their SOP, what is their standard operating procedure for quality assurance. Because these car companies, they will be giving the order to some of the coating companies because the coating companies are our customers. But for these coating companies, the customers are the car companies. So first we should know auto companies. First we should know the requirement of a car companies or auto companies. They are our influencers. They are our recommenders. First, we had done an interview with them. And then we had done an interview with the CEO, CTO, and managers of plating line of coating companies. They are our customers. They are our decision makers. They are going to buy our product. Okay, we want to verify on, document the reasons for rejections, percentage of rejections per batch, capture the implications of rejections with respect to cost and delivery timeline. We want to understand the support from the chemical bath providers, chemical providers. We want to know the effluent issues. Where, at what time they have effluent issues made them to close their industry. What is the cost in their treatment process? We are documented everything. And we want to also interview competitors, saboteurs, there may be some consultants, which may be for this company, for this coating companies. They may say that don't buy this product from this new company. I will give you another company, buy from them. They may be our saboteurs. So we had interviews of our saboteurs also. So we had documented what is their expectation, why they are suggesting these things. We have documented all these things. So we get a beautiful document. So initially we have a hypothesis that large and medium scale coating companies, they could not able to sustain in their business because of the high rejections. Okay, so if I can reduce the rejections, then I can stay in the market. To qualify, to validate my hypothesis, I'm going to collect all this information. So from this information, I'm trying to collate that, yes, rejections is a very big pain for this industry. To address these rejections, consultants, they don't have much solution. Chemical bath providers, they don't have much solutions. But car companies, they are very much worried about, they are very much particular about 0% reduction. So the coating companies, they don't have much choice. So if I can give a solution for them, definitely they will be coming to me. Okay. So what I measure in the auto companies, we measure plenty of things. Okay. In the large and medium scale quotas, I'm just going for the want of time. So what is the percentage of rejection industry? What is the production time? What is the nominal delay, if any, in deadlines, cost per rejection, increase in effluent by percentage volume due to the conventional process? Everything we used to measure. And we are right if we are coming to a conclusion. Now we are coming to a numbers. We are right if the rejection norm in industry is 15 to 20%. If it is greater than 20%, then we may say that yes, if our solution is needed in the market. If the labor cost is greater than 15%, yes, our solution will be a welcome in the market. If the water cost is more than 10%, then our solution would be very much needed in the market. If the effluent treatment cost is more than 15% of the process cost, then our solution is needed in the market. So we also have, this comes from the secondary market research. So our hypothesis is right only if this number is crossed. So we check for these numbers while we do the interview process itself. So it's not that simply you go to the customer and make your interview. While going to the customer itself, you should have these numbers in your mind. You should look for these numbers. If you get these numbers, if the numbers are not conducive, then you have to drop the hypothesis. You have to drop your product. If the numbers are conducive, then you can continue your product. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yeah, can you follow me now? Am I audible to you? Hello? Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah. புரிஞ்சுதுங்களா நான் சொல்றது? Can you understand what is hypothesis test card is all means about? What does the hypothesis test card deals about? So it's not that you have to go to a customer. While going to the customer, you should have your numbers clear. You should look for these numbers. That's what is more important. So I'll just quickly go through my presentation. I will try to close. So how much time I'm left with? May I know? How much time I'm left with? Okay. So quickly, know your competitors. So see, what is the product feature my competitor is offering? Know this. And now what you have to do is, now you have to adopt one thing called as 4 actions framework. Do you know about 4 actions framework? Have you ever come across 4 action framework? 4 action framework. Do you know? So if not, I will take you through. This is a company which is called a Circuit du Soleil. Have you ever heard of this company? Circuit du Soleil. Have you ever come across? So this is the posters of the company. What this company deals with. Can you come from this picture? Can you guess from this picture?
Circus company.
Yeah, it's a very good circus company. How you said that it is a circus company?
So we heard about this during our entrepreneurship class.
Wow, very good. So you know about Blue Ocean strategy also.
A little bit, sir.
Very good. So I will not spend much time on it. That's good thing. So this is a very good company. This is a very classic example of Blue Ocean strategy. This is actually a circus company. So what they do is, they don't do mere circus. What is circus is all about? Circus is all about, there will be some gymnastics activity will be there, and there will be some sort of theatrical activity, like a buffoon will come. They will try to enthuse the audience. They will try to engage the audience, and there will be some sort of an animals. So they will be doing some performing some acts with the animals as well, and there will be some dances here and there. So this is what the conventional circus company does. So Circuit du Soleil, it was actually a company which is there for about 100 years. Now they see that their companies keep on losing its charm because a lot of competitors have come. A lot of people are giving at a very lower price. They could not able to sustain in the market. So they tried a different way. What the different way is? They identified a 4 action framework. What this 4 action framework is, this is eliminate, reduce, raise and create. This is the 4 action framework. Eliminate, reduce, raise and create. This is the 4 action framework. So I was mentioning about the competitors. What you should know is, you just see who are all your competitors. List them. List your competitor 1, competitor 2, competitor 3, 4, 5. So identify their features, all the features, and your own product features. So put all your features in the board. See which product feature doesn't give value to the customer. If that product feature is there, if it is creating more cost, just eliminate that feature. Okay, to the customer, it is not giving a value. And for you as a company, it is not going to create a big revenue. So customer actually don't care for it. If that is the case, eliminate that product feature completely. Okay, so you have to identify which product feature I can eliminate. And there may be certain product feature which may be mandatory, but which may not be required to a very greater extent. I need this. Just I need this. Just that's it. I don't want what maximum work you have done on. I'm not worried about it as a customer. So identify some product features in which you can reduce so that you can introduce a cost cutting by eliminating certain product features, by reducing certain product features. You may reduce the price of your product. And another thing is you should there are certain product features which you can raise. So if you raise, you will be unique in the market. Okay, some industry standard is there. Beyond industry standard, if you can move, you will be seen as a unique person in the market. So if you can raise certain product features, you have to raise it. And you have to create certain product features which your competitors have not done. So this kind of product feature, if I want, I can get only from this company. Okay, so Apple, if you take Apple mobile phones, so what they have done is they have eliminated the button systems. Whenever Apple mobile phone was initially introduced, it doesn't have a keypad. They eliminated it. Okay, and also they had reduced certain things, and they have raised from a black and white, they have made it to a colorful thing, and they created the touch sensitive displays. Because of all these things, Apple has stood unique in the market, and it created a value in such a way that if I own an Apple mobile phone, it is almost equivalent to a societal symbol. If I own a mobile phone, Apple mobile phone, it is seen as a symbol of my prosperity. Okay, Apple mobile phone owners are seen with a dignity. So this is the value Apple mobile phone has given to the customer, because they have created certain new ventures, new features which the competitors doesn't have. By then, the competitors were Motorola, Nokia, Ericsson. Those competitors, they didn't thought of touch-sensitive mobile phones. For the first time, Apple gave it, and people were so fond of it, and that has become a prestigious symbol. And now, Apple is losing its business. Why? Because almost all the companies are giving the same features as if like an Apple. So Apple now it has to do an innovation to eliminate certain things, reduce certain things, raise certain things, and create certain things. Otherwise, Apple mobile phones cannot sustain in the market. Their innovations are coming down. Actually. Okay, so what this company Circuit du Soleil did, let's see. So they did no animals, no stars. Okay, we will not have clowns. Sophisticated clowns we will not have. Buffoons we will not have. Okay, and what we would do is we will have a mere tents, but we will increase the acrobatic activity. Okay, some gymnastic activity we will increase. Okay, we will create new musics. Okay, we will increase the visual performance by means of lighting. This they have raised. Okay, and they have created musics are kind of a creation, and dances, they are kind of a creation. It was something between opera. Opera means it's a kind of a dance performance. It was between an opera and it was more than a circus. It was less than a dance performance. It was less than a musical performance. Okay, so customers who are coming to this circus of Circuit du Soleil, they could be able to enjoy the circus. At the same time, they could be able to enjoy to a refreshing music. They could be able to enjoy a refreshing ambience, and by the same time, they could be able to they could be able to derive joy of watching good dance and excellent acrobatics. So, by the way, they could be able to reduce and eliminate certain things, and by raising and creating certain values, they have made themselves unique. So similarly, you should also have this information with you. So you have to just see whether is there an exceptional buyer for your idea. If it is there, then you can go for the pricing. If it is not there, again work on your value proposition. What is the value I have to create? I have to create so that my customer will come to me. He will be, I will become unique in the market. Okay, and what is the price at which it is affordable to the customer and it's also affordable to me. Okay, and if I work on this price, will I be getting my break even? Will my profits be sustainable? Will I be sustainable if I sell my product in this price? If it is not, that again work on the price, again work on the value proposition. Okay, so again, if the buyer is happy by your unique value proposition, if the price is affordable, and if the cost is really helping you to sustain well, then you have created a very good blue ocean strategy. Always aim at creating an excellent blue ocean strategy. And also try to have the 7 P's of marketing. You should know how to sell your product, what the price at which it has to give, and what place it has to be sold, how the promotions need to be done, how to do the networking of the people, and what process you have to do it, how the physical appearance should be. These 7 P's should be there for a good product. Okay, I'm just going a bit faster so that I could able to finish on time. Okay, so this is the buyer accepts experience cycle. So why buyer comes to you? What buyer expects from you? You should know it. Okay, first one is, so can I? How long does it take to find the product? So I'm coming to your website, or I'm coming to your. Assume that you have an e-commerce site. We have got plenty of startup companies who are working in this e-commerce site. So do they get their product quickly? And is it safe to be on your portal? Okay, do you give it delivery? Does it happen on time? Okay, and is it so complicated using your web application? And do you give some sort of offers as well? And is there any maintenance related to it? And if I don't want, can I easily come out of this entire web application? These are all things a customer would definitely look for. So you please have these things in your mind before starting your own company. So let me give you schemes. I'm not so sure what is the scheme you have in your from Pondicherry government, but if you are with Tamil Nadu government, you've got plenty of schemes to support you. So on the pre-startup stage, on startup stage, on growth stage, multiple options are there. NSTDB is actually the Department of Science and Technology. They give you fund on entrepreneur in residence. They give you grant through Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi Seed Support Scheme, Angel Investor Funding, Venture Capitalist Funding. Many more fundings are available with NSTDB. That's available with your Atal Innovation Center. So you can make use of the Atal Innovation Center to get those funding support. Otherwise, you can approach incubators like us, where we have certain schemes through which we provide grants to the startups. By the way, we not only provide grants, we also provide you training, we provide you mentorships, and we provide you guidance. We provide you the resources for you to be successful, and we ensure that you become a very successful. So you have to be with incubators like Atal Incubation Center in your college, in your institution, or the incubators like us, to reach the empathetic faculty, expert trainers, eminent mentors, excellent networks, and funding opportunity. So these things will be provided to you if you are with the incubators. I hope since you are with incubators, it will not be tough for you to get all these things, and you can create a successful venture if you can keep the information which I had shared to you today. That's it. So I think I've completed. I'm open to your questions. So I'm open to your questions. So if you have any questions, I'll be so happy to answer it.
Students, you can interact with sir.
So you have to be out of the crowd if you want to be an entrepreneur. So there are two ways of taking it. One thing is nothing has nothing is fascinating. Other thing is everything you have understood. So I would take the second path. I presume that you have understood many things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Students have no queries. If you have any queries, you can also type it in the chat window, or we can ask Sir itself. If it's
Yeah,
able.
my credentials are available with my contact details are available with sir. So if you want any queries in future, also you can contact me.
Yes,
So
sir.
I will always be available. So if there is no queries, definitely I would like to thank Professor Hemakumar for inviting me for this lecture, and also I would like to thank all the students who have participated in this lecture. And I know that in the afternoon of a Saturday we will be having multiple schedules. So besides that, you have taken your time to come over here, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude for every one of you for your kind, patient listening. Thank you. Thank you.
Divya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, one and all gathered here. On this wonderful evening, I would like to present the vote of thanks. We take this golden opportunity to thank the resource person, Dr. Balaji S., Coordinator, TCTBI, for attending this event in his busy schedule and delivering his inspirational thoughts. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude to our respected coordinator, Dr. B. Hemakumar, not only for spending his time with us today, but also for encouraging us to achieve many endeavors. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to thank all the participants, coordinating team, design team, and my fellow students for enthusiastically arranging this lecture. Without you, this lecture would not be a success. Thank you all.
Thank you. Nandri.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you for sharing your valuable inputs. Of course, maybe some of the topics they might have taken up in their curriculum itself.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
some, but the way in which you delivered was fascinating.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The way in which you started the discussion and the kind of examples you took, it was very nice, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take up the feedback form, all of you. We'll share one assessment link by today evening. Try to complete that assessment link also. Okay. The question thing is shared with you already here. We have some simple questions over there. Just try to complete that also.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you very much. Thank you all for attending this program.
Thank you, sir.